They would they should all covet an alpha wide receiver one that does demand the ball 10 plus times a game. That does put fear in the defense.
Yeah.
This everyone eats philosophy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good to it. It did kind of make Josh Allen a more disciplined quarterback. He's reading the whole field. He just won an MVP award as he should. I don't think in a dream scenario the Buffalo Bills want Mac Hollins leading the wide receiver room in snaps. Right? I don't think that is the goal. The goal is to find yourself an A.J. Brown, right? Who, okay, guess what? There might be issues that pop up off the field, and this is going to lead me to another point. There might be, okay, there's some bad blood with him and Jalen Hurts. That stuff is real. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah,
You might read a book on the sideline. Who gives a damn? Who frickin' cares? He's talented. You should want talent, whether it's receiver, whether it's a D tackle with Jalen Carter, who I would be shocked if the Bills would take a Jalen Carter where the Eagles took him. Right? Sometimes you got to take some risk when it comes to character, quote unquote red flags. I talked to the Eagle players about this all week. Like you've got to take some chances. It's a violent game played by violent people. The Eagles play with a different level of violence than anybody else in the sport, and you're gonna need some dudes. And maybe Stephon Diggs did wear out his welcome, and it was best for the Bills to sever ties, eat the money this year, move on. It should not make them gun shy. It should not hinder the Bills from taking a chance on another personality, because you need those guys. And I get it. It's a tight locker room. The camaraderie is great. Brandon Beane calls it the ultimate chemistry experiment, kind of fitting all these elements together. But you need one of those elements like hydrogen. What's one of those power? You need somebody that is going to say, F you, I'm making a play right now. I'm taking the game over. Watch me. You need that guy in a violent sport. So whatever they do this offseason, I don't care if it's at wide receiver, D tackle, edge rusher, say like it's as long as there's blocking and tackling and it's not flag football, you can still kick somebody's ass. And you have to seek those players. And offensively, you have to seek those guys that are hungry for the ball and want to dominate, want to overwhelm you. The vibes are great. You got to have good vibes. We heard about it all year at One Bills Drive. It matters. It took them very far. Winning Super Bowls is still about talent. If you can match it all up, right, in a dream world, you have every box checked. But sometimes when you gamble on talent, you don't know necessarily what you're going to get and all that other stuff. And if it doesn't work out, then you move on. I don't know. Where do you land on all of that? And I get it, every situation is different, right? It's not a catch-all when it comes to taking a chance on a prospect or taking a chance on a veteran via trade, free agency, what have you. You got to take it case by case. But I would rather have the just the bully on the block, the badass, I'm trying to think. It's another word at the tip of my tongue I don't want to say. You'd rather have that than the choir boy, because you can move on from the other guy. But that other guy, he might take you to the Super Bowl and win it.